Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. As you can see from the title, this video is going to be referring to the storage method that I use to store all the fragrances that I absolutely, truly care about in my collection. I'm actually reducing my collection, or in the process of reducing my collection, to 300 plus bottles to hopefully under 100 that I will store all within this fragrance cooler. A lot of people have constantly asked me, what is this cooler that I use, where did I get it from, etc. And I covered it in one of my earlier videos, I believe, on how to store fragrances, but this one specifically is just going to be focusing on what I did, how I got this wine cooler, and what I did with it, and what the specs are for the wine cooler itself, right? So let's start off. The wine cooler itself is a Vissani 52 bottle wine cooler. It says 52 bottles, but it's not. It doesn't hold actually 52 wine bottles unless they're really, really small bottles. It's not going to hold 52, probably half that. But it's still, nevertheless, a very great wine cooler to purchase for fragrance purposes. It comes with 4 shelves that are all inside, and I'm actually going to take you to a video where I'm going to show you the wine cooler that I'm using and kind of go through it. But anyways, the bottle itself retails for about $149, I think was the last check. And if you shop around, you can find some places that'll do free shipping for the thing, which is a major plus as well, but especially since the weight and size of this thing that we're talking about will probably run you an extra at least $20, $30 worth of shipping. So it's definitely worth it to look in on that to see what you can actually get. Now, $149 for this. It comes with those racks, and let me go ahead and show you then what I'm actually talking about. So let's take a look at the Vissani 52 bottle wine cooler. Here's the bottle and what are the cooler itself and what it actually looks like. I went with this particular design because I wanted the ability to see into the cooler itself and kind of see the fragrances. So I wanted it a little bit more for show-offy purposes. And this is what it looks like on the outside. It's actually just sitting down on the floor and standing straight up, Vissani wine cooler. Now let's go ahead and open it up and kind of see what it looks like. If we go here, we open it up, and this is what it actually looks like inside. You can notice there's 3 main shelves, or 2 shelves that I have in here with the bottom level. It should be noted that this is not what it actually looks like it comes across. So I wanted to touch upon a few things so that people are aware of. The first thing is, when it comes with it, it comes with shelves. It comes with actually wine cooler shelves. Now that obviously is a big no-no for storing fragrances. It's not going to hold them well. It's not. You just have to lay them down. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I gotta completely be honest here. I wanted this one for aesthetic purposes, so I needed to get rid of those shelves. So what I did was, as you can see from when we go closer, this is actually plexiglass. Down here, this is actually all plexiglass. So the plexiglass, what I did was I took the shelves, took them to a plexiglass manufacturer that's in Long Island City, and I had him measure plexiglass to the exact same size as the shelves that came with it, and took them home and slid and replaced them. Really good reason that I wanted to do that as well and keep it plexiglass was because plexiglass is strong. No matter how many fragrances I put on there, it's not going to break or bust like glass might. The other reason is because there's a light in this cooler. The light is not on right now because I took the bulb out. I'm actually replacing the bulb, but I wanted the light to be able to shine through the whole cooler and not just the top shelf. So I'm actually going to replace it with a blue light, make it look a little bit cooler. Might be a red one, or we'll see what happens. I can get a little bit creative with this. So the next thing to note is there is a light, like I mentioned, and the light for this is not working just because, again, I took out the bulb. And right next to the light is an actual, here, let's go up close, temperature control and light. The light is an actual switch right here. That, again, is not on at this point, but temperature control, you can't see the temperature itself here. Now, it's a little dial. You might be able to see the 4 right there, 0. Oh, you can actually see it. 0, and it goes up to 7, basically. I'll elaborate on that in a bit. But as you come down, you got my different shelves that are actually here. Turn to the side. And if you come down here towards the bottom, what you're going to actually see is there's a lot of space there. You can store a lot of your bigger bottles. There's a lot of space towards the bottom, and there's actually a shelf on the back there. You can see I've got most of my Chanels and some of the Bonds towards the back on that shelf. So if we pan out, that's essentially the presentation of this. Now, going on to the temperature. Temperature obviously is what was on most people's mind, and the temperature that I found, even though it says 0 through 7, that doesn't really tell you much. But if you look at, or what I found when measuring it, is 7 is going to take you down to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, anywhere between 30 and 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, 4 is what I keep it on. That generally keeps it around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. 50 degrees Fahrenheit, it's a good number. It's, pretty much exactly what I wanted for it. And so that is the temperature that I keep it at. So if you have any questions on this, obviously let me know. And that is what it actually looks like. So that's the wine cooler. I've had it for about 2 years. It's done me absolutely fine. It's done me well. Some people have complained about a noise from it, and you can hear it a little bit when it turns on and it needs to kind of recool itself, kind of like just how I did now. I had the door open for a while, and because of that, it had to kind of recool and retool itself for it. It's not very noisy, doesn't really make any sound. I can say though, it is a little bit of a drain on the bill, or on the electricity bill. And the only reason I notice is because I have such a small apartment, and I know it does affect it, because it's basically like having another fridge in there, right? A fridge where the light is on and off or whatever. But yeah, it's a very good storage method. You do have to do a little bit of customization, like I explained before, but I mean, for the value, for $149, and I should probably tell you the plexiglass information. The plexiglass information, it cost me about $20 to make each of these shelves for it, so $20 per shelf, which I don't really buy plexiglass all that often, so I don't know if that's a good deal or if that's a bad deal either way. But either way, that's what it is. If you have any questions whatsoever, as always, direct it down below. I'll be happy to answer anything you might have. If you have a different storage method, whether it be through fridges or whatever, feel free to list it down below. Help you out, your fellow fragrance enthusiasts. All right? Thank you. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.